Tonight, only on 12 News, how is the state handling misspending of tax dollars that was meant to provide school choice?
We've had an ongoing investigation. We found that money, some of it, handed out in empowerment scholarships meant for homeschool and private schools, instead is going to things it shouldn't be going to, like babysitting, even a hot tub.
12 News journalist Craig Harris continues his series examining Arizona's education experiment. Craig?
12 News Investigates last week uncovered that 18,000 parents' accounts were flagged for buying things that are not allowed, spending over $10 million in less than a year. We told you they bought condoms, gift cards, and even paid themselves. State Schools Chief Tom Horne won't say how many of those accounts have been suspended, as required by his office.
It's not fraud. Most of it is just mistakes.
That was State Schools Chief Tom Horne last week when I asked him about the misspending by thousands of parents. He declined an on-camera interview for this story. But a sample of purchases detailed in records his office sent to the Arizona Attorney General's office showed more than 18,000 parents bought something that is not allowed with their empowerment accounts. Still, his office won't say how many accounts were suspended. His spokesman, Doug Nick, said in an email, quote, "We are serving ESA parents effectively and according to the law," end of quote. In order to get a count on how many accounts are frozen, Nick said this: they would, quote, "have to ask people to stop what they're doing when their priority is to manage that process continuously," end of quote. May's office made the answer more simple. Of the 18,000 parents that purchased something not allowed, 6 were referred for possible criminal fraud charges, each of them accused of paying themselves. Jennifer Jennings, a Princeton professor who specializes in school choice, said the lack of oversight hurts ESA families doing the right thing.
Especially for parents of kids with disabilities, this has been a lifeline for them for more than a decade. But this kind of behavior and the fact the state's not policing it essentially puts those families at risk.
Jennings reviewed the ESA public records that 12 News Investigates obtained through a public records request. Those records include a $258 red and blue LED light therapy treatment for vaginal care.
If I was the state superintendent, I would make a hard pause on any further purchases. These kids need to be educated for their futures, and I see very little evidence that's happening.
Arizona Treasurer Kimberly Yee co-manages the ESA program with Horne. She, too, declined an on-camera interview for this story, and her spokeswoman said she does not have control of day-to-day operations. She's in a campaign against Horne to be the next superintendent of schools, and last year I asked her about misspending. Do you support any limits at all? Do you think parents should be able to get a cello or a Rolex watch?
I believe in school choice and an educational free marketplace. And if you take a look at the examples that you choose to use, that's 1/100% of total receipts that are coming in to the ESA program statewide.
The records contradict her math. The state has not provided all the spending for the last year, but a sample showed at least $10 million misspent, including one family that paid over $9,000 on banned items, including the latest iPhones, an inflatable bounce house, and an above-ground pool. Jennings, the professor, said that's just a fraction of the misspending.
I've never seen anything like this. I'm absolutely astounded, and I've been sharing some of these findings with colleagues who've also studied school choice for a long time, and they are absolutely blown away and very confused about how a program could be designed with so few guardrails that this could happen.
After suing Horne and Yee, 12 News Investigates recently received additional ESA spending records that date to 2022. That's when the program was open to all Arizona kids. We are reviewing those documents, and we will bring you our findings. With photojournalist Chris Latella, I'm Craig Harris, 12 News.